Happy evening. Welcome to Maheepathi Talks. As you know that because of COVID-19, no, it made us to reflect and think about ourselves. Colleges stopped working and school stopped working, but learning has never stopped and sharing of knowledge has never been stopped. We've got eminent personalities like Dr. Vivek Modi, who has been coming on this Maheepathi Talks and they're delivering their sessions and sharing the knowledge to make this society a better society. And I'm sure that today's topic is very important for all the teaching fraternity who have been there because the topic is online teaching challenges and opportunities. As we all aware that no, there are many challenges that we are facing, and I'm sure that this session is going to throw some light on how we can make ourselves better and what are the areas that we need to focus. And I'm glad and privileged to introduce today's guest speaker, Dr. Vivek Modi, who is a medical doctor turned professional speaker and wellness educator. After completing his MBBS and postgraduate diploma in administration, he worked for about 6 years in corporate healthcare organizations in various capacities. In 2010, when he took a call to become a full-time professional speaker, he was working as Chief Operations Officer. He conducts his workshops on holistic wellness for personal and professional excellence in different parts of India. He is a visiting faculty in many reputed organizations. Dr. Modi is a certified trainer from world-renowned Dale Carnegie Training. He is much sought after keynote speaker. Taking the situation arising from COVID-19 head on, he has moved his courses to online format. He is a sports enthusiast and has keen interest in current affairs and emerging technologies. He is also associated with few social organizations. We're glad. Thank you very much, sir, for accepting our invitation and to talk on the today's topic called online teaching challenges and opportunities. Now, I invite today's guest speaker and resource person, Dr. Vivek Modi, sir, to deliver the session on online teaching challenges and opportunities.
Namaskar, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Srinivas, to have me here. It's a privilege to be at Dr. Mahepathi's talk show. And I hope this session will be a useful session for all the teachers or anybody who is involved in some or other kind of skill teaching related to skill, imparting skill online. So I myself being into training, into professional speaking, realized this challenge after a couple of months had passed by once we had the first lockdown. So for a couple of months we waited. We thought maybe by August, maybe by September it would settle down and we will again start. But soon I realized that it doesn't look like anything is going to be like that. So I better mend my ways. I better learn something new. I better shift my model. I better shift the approach to reach my audience. And therefore, I started learning how to do things online. I started attending some courses, and it was eye-opening journey for me. In last 3 months, what I have learned, what I have done, and whatever I have tried to do after learning this through implementation, I felt I must share this with the colleges, with other teachers and fellow trainers, because I see there is a huge scope, but the most people in the industry have simply ignored it. Today, I am having a batch where I teach few of the students, and they are from all parts of India. I could never have dreamt this before COVID. The COVID has been, in a way, blessing in disguise. If we actually take this opportunity properly, then this can be a new model of delivering your trainings or even teaching in a traditional way. Whatever people are doing, even they can take advantage of this. The need is to really have an open mindset and show readiness to adopting to new models, because if we don't, then we are missing, not only just missing on an opportunity, we are running at a risk of becoming obsolete. So with that in mindset, I'm going to make a small presentation This would run for about 30 to 35 minutes and followed by, if you have any questions, I'll be pleased to answer those questions. So in this presentation, let me tell you the criteria. I am not going to teach, or I'm not going to present how to teach. I'm not going to talk about student engagement strategies. No. If you're expecting that, you might be disappointed. I'm going to tell you, give you an overview of the training world and what kind of challenges and opportunities we have. So if you can realize that, then the other things are always possible to learn. That's not a very difficult game. So I will share my experience, and I would love to have inputs from my fellow teachers and trainers. So with that, let me try to share my presentation. Uh, can someone please confirm that if presentation is visible? Is my presentation visible? Can I get a confirmatory note?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So let's move into this quickly. The first thing which I would submit to all is, what is necessary to change a person is to change his awareness of himself. I'm starting this presentation with an appeal and with a suggestion that we must change this awareness of ourselves about being a teacher in offline mode, about being a trainer in offline mode, because that's a different game. I have been in this for last 10 years now, and I understand the huge advantage of being with the audience, the getting live feedback, those claps, and that view of so many people. It has its own fun, no doubt, and many of us may miss it for quite some time. But then this is the time to change this awareness, that I don't have to anymore visualize myself standing with hundreds or thousands of people there and delivering a talk. I should rather now look at the computer screen, maybe a mobile phone screen or a tablet screen, and try to visualize my audience in that mode. This shift is very important. If we do not make this shift, then we are going to find it very difficult to adopt to new models. So that's the humble suggestion. With that, let me begin. First thing, let us quickly run through the challenges. And I would not take much time here because majority of us are aware of most of these points. So I would like to take very less time on these aspects. Number one, technology adaptation. Many of the teachers who have been trained to teach in a traditional way, and many of us may be little bit technology averse. We don't enjoy these gadgets. Many of us, I would not say all youngsters, find it little easy to adopt, but many people find it challenging. So adaptation itself is a challenge for some of the organizations and some of the individuals. Second thing, resources. Okay, you would be surprised to know this data point which I recently came across, that in India today, even now, less than 10% households have a computer with internet. Okay, computer plus internet, less than 10% household. Can you imagine? So we do not have right kind of resources with the people to deliver our message through this technology. Okay, there are challenges. Our audience, our people, our children at home, they may not still have this access. If in a home there are 3 children, parents may not have resources to provide an individual mobile phone or a tablet or a PC to each one of that. This is a challenge. Still, we have this challenge. And of course, electricity supply and internet connectivity, especially in the rural area, it is still a challenge. Even today, while delivering this talk, I mean, when we started, there was no power. There was power cut. I was sitting with my mobile data on, but luckily now we have power. So this is a challenge still. That's a second challenge of moving online. Third thing is discipline. So this has been a complaint by many teachers, many college teachers as well, and school teachers as well, that our students are not in discipline. You are not physically present there. You cannot monitor them. So therefore there can be a challenge, right? Sometimes they are not dressed up well, sometimes they simply switch off camera, switch on camera, sometimes the inappropriate things are happening on camera. So all those things, there is a matter of discipline. Maybe your screen is on and beside they are on something else, they are watching news, they are watching match, they are watching a movie. You cannot handle that. So discipline is another challenge in this mode, that you cannot discipline people here. Some kind of self control is required. Then the next issue is privacy. We all heard those unfortunate incidents in some of the states. It happened when online schooling started. Some of the teachers pictures were taken, they were uploaded on social media platform. Some of the women teachers, they were approached by people to whom they were teaching, in the family members of that. So there are many things. Whatever goes online, it stays online. Even if we are not recording, even if nobody is recording it, it is always going to be there on servers. Somebody or other has access to it. So there will be some privacy issues. The next, over scrutiny. This is another challenge, especially where families are well to do and families are well read. Sometimes parents are sitting beside the child and here a teacher is teaching, and parents are observing, Are, this teacher doesn't have good pronunciation. Are, this teacher doesn't have that perfect kind of language command. This teacher is not. So they are trying to over scrutinize, and teachers are a bit scared sometimes. Sometimes parents have complained in the school, sir, your quality of teachers are not very good. And this is a fact. In our country, we do not have enough qualified teachers. When I say qualified, the people who are not just qualified, who have a skin in the game. Most people, even today, they become teacher not by choice, but either by chance, or it's a temporary stop they take. So that is another thing, that when over scrutiny is happening, then organizations are finding it challenging, that uh, how do we try to cope with this kind of challenge, where the parents are very demanding and they are scrutinizing our work. Then the next is unwillingness to pay. In online format, the resource is just technology. So many people, many school, many colleges, they are going through this challenge right now, that students are not ready to pay, because they think, see, we are not utilizing your building now, we are nowhere coming there, you are saving on electricity, a lot of another kind of things they are saying. They don't understand that teachers have to be paid salary, there are other things which will go for the school. There are school bus drivers who are sitting idle now, they have to be paid salary, even if they are not working. After all, they have to sustain for next 1 year or so till we get over this challenge of COVID-19. So this thing is difficult to be explained, and therefore people find it difficult to pay. And another thing is, whenever there is an online format, video courses, in my case, whatever I used to offer, my courses were worth 45,000 rupees offline. Today I'm offering it in less than 10,000. Why? Because I know people would not pay 45,000 rupees. Most people would not pay it in online format. So we have this mindset where somewhere people do not perceive the value what they perceive in an offline class in an online class. So that is another challenge. Then piracy is a big challenge, and in our country, unfortunately, this is really, we are notorious for that. Many organizations I have seen who are running pirated software, who are not having original softwares. So many kind of searches in our Google search history, you see, there was a survey where they said that so many people search these things, how to get free books, how to get download free, everything they want free. This culture of paying and utilizing a service, it's still not there. We are still in the nascent stage. So it's very important to understand that if I'm working very hard in creating a content and delivering a course, somebody may be simply recording it and utilizing it somewhere else, maybe selling it online. We don't know. It's difficult to catch these things. So that is another challenge in the online world. Okay. Now, from challenges, let's quickly move on to opportunities, because this is where I want to spend a little more time. And this is where I would like to draw your attention. What are the opportunities? Number one, reach. This is something extraordinary when it comes to online. The number of people you can reach in online world, it's almost unheard of when we did it offline. Sometimes I have seen it that I announce some YouTube live at 10 p.m. in the night, and I tell them 10:30 I will be live, and by the time 10:30 I'm live, there are already 20, 30, 40, 50 people waiting, and they are listening live. Is it ever possible in offline mode? Not at all. Today I'm having a class, my course is where one student is from Abu Dhabi, one student is from Delhi, one student is from Pune, one student is from again Pune, one student is from Bangalore, one student is from Orissa. All these things, the reach what we have today is something unprecedented. We never thought this. In offline mode, it was not there. So today, the whole world is your market in a way. If you want to reach, and if you know the art of reaching the right person, then you have no limits at all. You have a huge market for yourself. You can really satisfy the needs or concerns of so many people, because there is an opportunity for a right product to be met to a right, every country students don't have that mentality. They pay. People are paying and taking these courses, and not few 10 or 20 people, hundreds and thousands of people are taking such courses. How to fly a drone properly, there is a course. Can you imagine? So if you have a skill, and if you think that you are better than many people in general, then you have an opportunity online to go and showcase your work. And of course, it will be decided on the merit. In online world, one good thing is people will figure out. Ultimately, people who have merit will stay there. People who are imposters, people who are simply copying, they would find it difficult. Slowly. People who are simply taking stuff from somewhere and doing it, slowly it will become challenging, because it always gives its own assessment. It is merciless. If I make two videos on YouTube, one video is good, it gets millions of views in couple of months. Another video is not good, it won't even get 500 views in couple of months. It all depends on how people see it. They do not care who am I, what I have done. They only see in that content how have I done. So if somebody has a talent, there is an opportunity for that person. Okay. Then second thing, there's a huge possibility of collaboration. Okay, people can collaborate. There are so many examples. I know I will give certain examples also in later slides. There are people who are collaborating. Two teachers, one maths teacher, one English teacher, one science teacher, one social study teacher, they meet together. They start their own small coaching, online coaching. They hire one marketing man who can do online marketing. They all pool money together, give it to that person, so that marketing cost is distributed. Now they are running classes from their home. There are many such examples. From small town, children are teaching. Somebody in Dhanbad teaching Hindi to somebody in US. Somebody in Amravati teaching Telugu to somebody in UK. This is happening today. People are collaborating. So I know mathematics, you know marketing, you market, you take some percentage and you do it. It is happening. So there is a huge option for that, which people need to explore. Then automation. Okay. One of my student is working in Byju's. So he says, sir, now we are working at next level. What is it? Adoptive learning. It was not possible in classroom learning that one teacher handling 50 or maybe 100 students, India being so big country where our classrooms are also big. It's not possible for teacher to cater for every student's need. I cannot calibrate my presentation based on who requires what. So I have to go with the lowest denominator, whoever is weakest in the class, I have to teach to him. But what happens, it becomes boring for those people for whom it looks too easy. But technology doesn't have this limitation. Here, one screen, one phone number, one ID, and based on your ability to grasp things, you can move on faster or slower. So that's an advantage of this. You can automate, you can record your sessions, you can do many things, you can take automatic tests. All these things are there. You can automatize your data collection, you can do your grading, marking. All these things are possible through machine, and machines are becoming smarter. The role of AI is extremely important. I think there is somebody who's okay, I'm muted. Then lean infrastructure. What is lean infrastructure? Could you please mute other people? There's some disturbance. Let's move on. Lean infrastructure. Lean infrastructure. What is lean infrastructure? I don't need too many things now. I don't need a huge building. I don't have to pay rent of some office. If I have a decent home at my place, maybe a small wall or a green screen, I can create my videos. I can create my presentations. I don't need to invest lakhs of rupees. Few thousand rupees, you can do that. For 1300 rupee a month, you can get a platform like Zoom, or for even lesser money, you can get something like Google Meet, and you can reach people. You don't need to shell so much money. Unfortunately, some people are not even ready to pay that much. That is unfortunate scenario, that people have not yet come out of that mindset. They think everything, when it is tangible only, then they are ready to pay. Otherwise, they are not ready to pay. But then I would suggest people to really look at these things. These are simple things. Just imagine, if you have to reach 1,000 people, if you have to reach 2,000 people personally by hiring a marketing person for an organization also. But if you have to recruit student, and if you have to have your own marketing team, how much money you have to pay them, and how much their cost will be there. But today, by simple Facebook ads, YouTube ads, you can invest few hundred rupee per day and reach thousands of people, provided you do it smartly. So there is an opportunity that by spending very less, actually you can reach so many people, and then slowly you can always scale. Okay, then creating a brand is not that difficult in today's world. That is another opportunity. I told even earlier, if you have merit, if you are good in one thing, then you just need to be little smart and consistent to develop your own brand. It is matter of 6 to 9 months in my view. 6 to 9 months, if you can do something consistently, not speaking on everything, not teaching everything in the world, but one area of your specialization, and if you keep on hitting that area for next 6 months, you will be a small brand in your own way. And slowly, then it's up to you how to scale it up later on. But it's not that difficult, provided you have merit, provided you have spent some time in that, provided you can give something which is not easily available freely online. Then there is not an you cannot grow. So let's understand now the third aspect in the opportunity. Next, I'll just give you some examples. There is something called utkarsh classes. This person, whose name is Mr. Nirmal Gehlot, I know him personally also. He has made this utkarsh classes. He started in 2002 or 3, I think. Today he has more than 20 lakh students. The Utkarsh Classes app has become #1 app, and valuation in hundreds of crores. Okay, not just that, it's not just about business. He is truly serving in letter and spirit. He is serving students so many courses at throwaway price, like 1,000 rupees, 500 rupees, 5,000 rupees, big courses with the quality which you cannot imagine otherwise. Okay, I would suggest people to go and explore this kind of app to get an idea, what is the level people have invested into these things and how they are scaling up. This is simply mind boggling if somebody sees it. Okay, he has also started now Utkarsh classes. They have started even schooling now, class 6 to class 12. And I saw few lectures, and trust me, if schools do not understand this now, in 3 years, in 5 years, they will find existential crisis. Okay, because the kind of quality these apps, these people are giving, the kind of facilities they are giving, the flexibility what students have with these apps, and the quality content, a normal school cannot provide. It's extremely difficult. So schools better understand this, educational institute better understand it, and start investing in this technologies platform, and start creating right kind of content, quality content, not just taken from somewhere. That won't work anymore. E2's India, another organization, same thing. They are also into the studyiq. I'm sure many of you might have seen videos of this. This guy has, I think, millions of followers, and they are having paid courses, online courses. These all people are simple people who have started these things. Physics wala, single man, Alak Pandey. He is a brand now. I was just giving example about brand. This person is a brand. He teaches physics on his YouTube channel, and he has his own website also. But you should see, there are more than, I think, 3 million followers. Can you imagine 30 lakh followers? A university do not have that kind of student base, but one person can have. So the amount of scaling which can happen through technology is simply mind-boggling. A one person cannot even imagine this. Okay, Guru Chela. Now this is a typical example I wanted to give, because many of the people who are listening this or who would listen this later on YouTube, they will think, "Arey, ye sab bahut log padhe likhe hain, they know everything. That's why they can do, but we cannot do. In our world it won't work." Guru Chela is a channel. Started somewhere in a small town in Rajasthan village. Okay, in somewhere in Churu or Sikar district, near to that. And who has started this? One person who is in late age, elderly age, who was depressed and waiting for death. Another person who was going through a cancer treatment and was not sure whether he would survive or not. These two people started a channel about 3 years back. Today they have more than 1 million followers. They make simple videos about magic and why scientific temper, how to develop scientific temper, how magicians do various things. So they are teaching that thing on this channel. Now can you imagine the power? A person sitting in a village who doesn't even know how to speak in English, very simple people, a typical villager, if you can imagine, these are the people. But they sitting in a village, if they can reach 1.2 million people, I don't know what is our excuse. There cannot be any excuse for these things anymore. Okay, so now the question comes, okay, all this said is fine, but what should we do? Tell us. What should we do? How ultimately I should go about it? Okay. So here is my submission. Number one, start now. Please don't wait even a single day now. Start simple, start small, but start now. If you do not know how to make a simple video, start learning it. Switch on your camera, make a simple video. Sir, kya banao? Make what you know. Okay, you don't have to make things about everything. What one thing you know, make a video, test. If you start now, in 10 days, you will be 10 times better. Believe me, it's not that difficult. Start experimenting with one or two technology. Take anything, take Google Meet, take Zoom, whatever you like, take it, call few people, tell them a story, tell them something, learn this experience. I'm talking it for, this is for teachers, okay, who are still waiting for schools to open, for college to open, or who are thinking of alternate source of income. Please see this. If you have the subject, if you have some kind of talent, if you really have that faith, then my suggestion is start now. In 1 month, you will be so far that you will realize the value of this thing. Presently, the people are waiting. That's the biggest problem. They are simply not able to still comprehend. They are still thinking that all will be like earlier days. I do not think, even if COVID related situation ends in next 3 months or 6 months or 1 year, even if it ends, world will not read or write the same way. It has gone too long now. People have already started changing their habit. They have started learning and accepting. Schools and colleges will find it challenging to get into new enrollments, new things, because students have learned this. And foreign education institutes are coming. Udemy has already invested so much. They are going to bring the kind of content with kind of all kind of things that if we do not start now, then there will be a surprise element later on. You see what happened to Vodafone, what happened to Idea in India. They did not know how things can change so fast because somebody came with a lot of preparation, but Airtel had prepared, so it is still there. So that is what I'm suggesting. Friends, this is an opportunity. Grab the opportunity. You don't have to be extremely talented. I don't think you need to be multi-talented or you need to be extremely good in your English or something. No, one of the biggest trend, if you can teach something in your mother tongue, okay, Telugu, Tamil, whatever is you are comfortable with, that segment is one of the fastest growing segment. There is huge demand. People are looking for content in local language. So don't give an excuse, sir, mera English weak hai, therefore I cannot do it. No, you can teach to the local people through online. Okay, don't look for money for at least 3 months. Okay, give yourself exposure, get into the experience, try to scale, try to experience, try to understand the game at least for 3 months. Don't look at the money angle, but start now. If you don't start now, there will be a regret later on. So that's my first suggestion, humble submission to all my friends who are thinking of making a career in teaching or training or anything related to such things, then please realize one very important thing. And this is especially for school and college teachers. Okay. Please don't mind, but let me tell you, many of the school teachers and college teachers still are dependent on the notes which they made many years back. If you think students will come to you for your notes, for what you teach, the content, you are not understanding the challenge. Content is not the king. You might have heard this many times. Content is the king. Believe me, content is not the king. No matter what is your content, there is better content available almost at free of cost online. Your students are not coming there to have that content. There is nothing unique in that. Okay. So what are they coming for? Abundance of high quality content. First of all, that is why content is not king. There is so much available free of cost. Just one data point: 4,000 hours of YouTube content every 10 minutes. 4,000 hours. Since we started, I don't know how much, half an hour has gone past. Since we started, more than 12,000 hours of YouTube content is already created and uploaded free of cost. Friends, can you imagine how many people are making how many kind of things? Even if you're very good, even if your content is very unique, even if you have prepared it with a lot of hard work, trust me, it's your content doesn't have value now in today's world. Then what has value? Work on effective delivery. Your USP is delivery. Whatever I am saying today, it's not out of the world. If anybody is listening to it and watching to it, it is because I am able to tell it effectively. It is because I am able to communicate in a way that it makes sense to people. You might find same things online, but you will not find the delivery style online. You have to create your unique delivery style. You have to look for the pain point of the students. That slide will come next. Keep your eyes open. What do I mean? Keep your eyes open. Please keep looking around. What is happening in your area? Because things are changing very fast. So yes, certain things you learn with your own experience, but there are many things happening. You cannot be away from the reality. The world is changing very fast. So keep your eyes open. Now and then scan something new, some new technique of teaching trigonometry, some new technique of something. Please don't think that, oh, what I learned 10 years back, that's the gold standard, nothing changes. No, the world has changed completely. Most students are not reading from textbooks nowadays. They are Googling it, they are YouTubing it, they are finding simple solutions, they are going to Khan Academies, they are going to so many kind of open platforms, they are going to Skillshare, they are going to Udemy. There are hundreds of such platforms. They are going and following such channels who are teaching them better, who are teaching them whenever they want, who can speak in 2x speed. They can see only the relevant part. So they are not going to come to you only to listen to you or for your content. You have to create some unique delivery style. Students have to find something interesting in your delivery style, and that's what will make them. Take feedback. It's very important to keep improving every day. If you're not taking feedback, you'll not even realize what is wrong with your learning, because no matter how good we are, there is always a scope of improvement. And if we are averse to taking feedback, I have seen, unfortunately, and this is more, please pardon me, but this is more in the teaching community. They are so close to learning. Okay, I don't know what is that. They think I know everything. Yes, you know everything. Knowledge is there. But please understand, now the playground is different. There are different players, and you have to understand. I might sound a bit critical here, but this is the fact. My job here is not to please people. My job here is to make you smell the coffee. My job here is to make you open your eyes. And that's why I'm saying it the way I am putting it. Okay. So please take feedback. Don't think that everything is fine. There is always an option. Even today, I take feedback. I get feedback from students. Sir, aapke speech mein everything is good, but you have to add some humor. I take it with humility. I know I have to do it. Okay. There is nothing wrong. There is always a scope of improvement. And please do not take any critical statement from someone as if they are jealous or they are. No, you have to really accept things World will not lie. Maybe out of 100, one or two comments may be odd, but if they are coming frequently, you cannot ignore it. Many people just want to stay in their comfort zone. They don't want to change. They think world will change according to me. It won't. We have to take feedback and mend our ways. Okay, scrutinize your own work. Okay, next, ask this to self. Now there is one more guideline, and after this I will be closing it. What are the pain points of my students? Okay, you have to take one extra step and you have to ask, what are his pain points? Okay, forget about the world. Who are my students in my classroom? What are their pain points? Have I understood their challenge? Okay, or I'm just going on repeating my own story, my own cassette. If you are not going to get into students zone, they are, because they have 10 more platforms now. The fact is this, they are not looking for. I spent my final year MBBS, I spent entire year in library. Literally, I was in library from morning to evening after the classes, whatever classes, little classes we had. Okay, I was always in library. But today's student, you will not find them, because library has come into with them in this phone. They have everything in the phone. They don't need to go to library. So please understand the reality of today's world. We have to really go and ask students, what different approach can I take to solve their problem? A different approach. Don't just give them gyan. Okay, you should work hard. In our time, it used to happen like this. No, they're not interested in all those things. Their parents have already told them. They've heard all these things. You have to get something creative. You have to make it creative. You have to put it something differently. Then only things will happen. One more important point, narrow it down. What is narrow it down? See that what is your USP, unique selling proposition. Okay, one of the common problem, and this is not with teachers, but this is more with people who are like me, who are trainers and who want to train people. Please see that you don't get into this mistake of being the authority in everything. No, that will, you may be an authority, you may be good in so many aspects, but then if you want to create a brand, then create one aspect. Okay, don't say 10 things. Today I teach on many aspects, but I don't tell the world that I do this also, I do this also. I'm a faculty for leadership, teach trading, I do keynote speaking, I teach wellness, but I am primarily into wellness because I'm a medical doctor. I talk about how to stay healthy and how to mentally stay fit so that you can improve professionally and personally. Okay, public speaking is the way of delivery. Therefore, I speak only about these two things. I'm a professional speaker and I'm a wellness educator because I'm a doctor. So that's all. It doesn't mean I don't do other things. I do many things. The narrow you become in your approach, the better market or the better scale you can do actually. So if you are teaching any one aspect, let us say somebody is teaching communication skills, somebody is teaching, so stick to that. Or maybe go even narrow. Tell I am teaching only body language, something like that. The narrower you go, the more chance you have to grow faster, because your competition is less than, you become an expert, right? Master one thing like none other. Again, the same point, just stretching it further. Invest in your learning. Okay, please stop thinking that no, it's waste of money. It's not waste of money, and I'm not preaching. I have invested in my learning in last 3 months, and otherwise also I was doing it. I have invested more than 20,000 rupees in learning, taking classes, understanding how to go online, how to scale, how to do this, so many things I have learned. So I'm not just preaching it. Please see that you have not become close to learning. Nahi, mujhe sab pata hai. These are all things. Many people have that mindset. I know. They are simply close. They think even if they have to spend 10 rupees, they think, nahi, I will not go into that. Okay, so please don't see that. Throw away that mindset, because you will get maximum return when you invest on yourself. So get into that. Nothing pays like a skill. It is the highest paying thing. I have already recovered what I invested. 20,000 rupees, nothing. I have recovered multifold. So it's very, very important for you to not be shy of investing. Create a small budget, maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000 rupee per month. I will invest in my learning to go to the next level, and it will advance your career by many months. So please don't be averse to learning new things and investing into your learning. Okay, it can advance your career by many, years. Last slide, activity is not productivity. Many of us remain into this delusion that because I'm doing something, because college is telling me to take classes, because I'm doing some or other activity, I'm growing. No, it is not. It's a delusion. So we have to come out of this delusion. Just because you are busy, it's not guaranteed success. It's not guaranteed growth. In fact, we may be losing time. Life is on an incline. If you are not going up, you are actually coming down. So please come out of that delusion. If your day is busy, it doesn't mean you are doing something great. Okay, you have to see that progress is happening. You have to see that you are learning something new thing. You have to see that you are entering into new areas. You are always upgrading that 1%. Okay. Last point, help your students with their idea of significance. This is one thing which you should always do. Your student should feel, in your presence, your student should feel more comfortable. In your presence, they should feel more confident. They may like you, they may feel inspired by you, but in the end, when they leave, they should think that no, because of this sir, because of this madam, I feel I can do now bigger things. His confidence should increase. And for that, you have to give him his or her idea of significance. What is that one thing in which that student is good? Please do not miss appreciating that. Many teachers, they are bothered only about their skill set, only about their subject. So if a student is not good in their subject, they simply dislike the student or they simply do not encourage the student. That's a mistake. Okay. You have to see the student is not just about your subject. If student is good in something else, identify it, give him the confidence, give her this idea that yes, you are good. Once the student feels I'm good, then it will percolate in other areas. He or she is likely to become better even in your subject, even in your area. But for that, you need to have this big heart and appreciate things in which they are good. When you do that, it becomes easy for you to help them, right? So with this, I stop. Thank you so much for listening to me. And once again, thank you, Dr. Maheepathi Srinivas, sir, for giving me this opportunity. Now I'm open for questions. If you have any questions, you're most welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the wonderful question. Now it's open for you can unmute yourself and speak, and you can ask your questions. Those are our questions here. Chandrasekhar, Pia Patil, Shivam, anyone would like to have? You need not ask any query. If you want to share even your learnings, you can share. Yeah, Chandrasekhar, go ahead, please.
Great evening, everybody over there. Yeah, Vivek sir, it
Good
was
evening. Good evening,
yeah,
Chandrasekhar ji. Namaskar.
yes, sir, yes, sir. Nice to have you on this platform, sir. It was your presentation was crystal clear right from the beginning. You went according to your objectives, and it was so clear that learning is from somewhere. It has to happen from somewhere. Giving back to the students or maybe to the society has to be in our own unique flying colors. So that's the best thing that I could learn from your session. And there are many things that, like the COVID, it's a blessing in disguise. It taught us a lot of things, and I'm sure, as you rightly said, it went long way that we have to prepare for that. We have to be future ready.
Yes.
It's already late if we are running behind, and of course the change will definitely change the people if we don't change. And coming to
Hopefully.
there are many learnings that there are many take homes, but one thing I would like to bring to your notice over here is narrowing down. Of course, as I understood, like we may be into many things, we have to be highlighting one thing to get the opportunities or to climb and go ahead in our career. If I understood correctly, I have just paraphrased. Is
Yes.
that correct, sir?
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
Yeah, I have a query here, sir. Yeah, of course. Today, it's not about uh, being known everything and master of like one and like the days have changed. We need to be entered into everything, and we need to have information, or maybe the mastering also has to be in everything. And if we don't project ourselves that we are into different things, because this COVID, this taught us this. Before itself it was there. And if we don't project what we are capable of, and we may be losing the opportunities too. And in another side of the coin, as you rightly said, like narrowing down, highlighting one thing would bring you the opportunities. It is there are both, but I strongly believe in, people have to know what we are capable of. And today, I mean, like in one sentence, to say, paraphrasing everything what I spoke, is we need to be multi-talented, and then only we can survive in this. That's what I mean to say. How do you like guide me, sir?
Let's see, there are two approaches. What you told, the important line from that is people have to know what they are good in. Okay, what are they
Hmm.
good in? If I don't have that clarity, then
Mhm.
I try to always look for every opportunity which comes. Now, there
Hmm.
are two things. See, there are people who wait and take every opportunity which comes.
Ah,
So
yeah.
it's like they find you approach. Okay, I call it they find you approach. Whenever I teach, sometimes interview, I tell them they find you approach. It's like there is a out ad in the newspaper or somewhere in the company, the posting is there, then we are applying. It's like they find you. Okay, you are applying when there is a vacancy. Second thing is you find them, and you find them cannot happen unless you know for what you want to find them. Okay, if I tell I can do 10 things, I don't think people are going to remember me. But if I tell I know one thing, then what I can do is I can do qualitative work. I can become, I have a possibility of becoming a brand, and I can differentiate myself from many others. The problem is many people are not able to overcome this insecurity that, oh, I might miss this opportunity, I might miss that opportunity. That's where what happens, that they work on every aspect, small opportunities come, but that it never turns into a brand, because one person cannot do everything in a up to a level that merit will take a, it will take a course. It's like jack of all, master of none.
That's what I was about to
I
say.
would say in today's world, even yes, jack of all is very important. We should know many things, no doubt. But then we have to become master of one, because that will give you quality life. Otherwise, what happens? Many people who do many things, who are multi-talented, but they are always into that mediocrity. They are stuck because they are not able to go to the next level. There is not much difference. And in Western countries, if you see, that's the thing people adopt. They don't say we do 10 things. Somebody's teaching only PowerPoint presentation, charging 30,000 rupee. Can you imagine? Here, I
Mhm.
don't know. People do entire course and they don't charge 30,000 rupees. They charge 30,000 rupee to teach how to make a professional PowerPoint presentation. But way they teach, only they can teach. So there is a difference in this approach. And that's what I would say. It takes time, but it's highly rewarding. So one has to be very smart in that.
Yep.
That's what I would say. Yes.
Branding, as you rightly said, yes, we have to brand on one thing, sir. One more last query. And do you believe in something like being master of all, jack of all, and master of all in this contemporary and competitive society? That's what I strongly believe in. You just, give a statement like everybody cannot be good at everything. At least I find, like, to their vicinity, if they are not good in sister, subjects or whatever they are doing, if they are doing communication skills, as you rightly said, they should be good in soft skills and other lanes which are, intact with that. So that's what I meant. Is that okay?
Yes, that is, I mean, see, if you go to an MBBS doctor, since I'm a doctor, let me give a simile. If you go to an MBBS doctor, he can treat anything, okay? Because he knows everything general, right? You go to a general physician, he can also teach almost everything. But what will be a fee of MBBS doctor? In India, maybe 100 or 200 rupee. You go to an MD doctor, maybe he'll be charging 500 rupees. You go to a super specialist, he'll be charging 1200 or 1500 rupees, right? So it's that you want to see 10 patients of 100 rupees, or you want to see one patient or two patient or 1200 rupees. It's up to you. Now, what's the problem with 100 rupee approach? The problem is you are invested, your entire day goes into doing things which could be easily delegated to someone else if you would have mastered it. Okay, whereas those people who have mastered it, they will see just two patients, they can spend quality time because their skill has gone up to that level which others cannot give. So I'm not
Yes, sir.
saying that it's not possible to
Yeah,
master
yeah.
many things. It's possible, but the way
And
world perceives, that has to be checked.
yes, sir. Vivek, sir, I understood. I don't want to take much time because there may be some other people.
Oh,
I understood. You are repeating the same thing which you told me before, but I strongly believe a person, if he makes his mind, can prepare on many things and master
no
many
doubt,
things.
no doubt. I agree on that point. We can master many things, no doubt.
Thank you,
We
sir.
must do it
Nice.
sequentially.
Okay, sir. Great, great. So nice session, sir. Actually, even activity is not productivity was one of the things which touched my heart. There were many take homes. Great, sir.
Thank you.
look forward to listening to you many more times.
Welcome,
All the best.
Chandrasekhar ji. Thank you.
Thank you, Chandrasekhar. Thank you, Vivek sir. Malaysian sir would like to speak something. You can unmute your microphone and speak. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, uh, Vivek sir, it was really a wonderful session. You've given a lot of insights about the online teaching. What are the challenges that we are facing? The most important thing which you shared was what are the opportunities that are there. No? There was a number of opportunities. As you rightly said that earlier days it was like jack of all trades, master of none. But now today present scenario is that you should be a jack of trades and also you should be a master of one, which is very important. And as you rightly gave the examples of in the doctor's field, but it happens in each and every field. Even in IT field, you take any industry, the experts are being experts and they are being successful more in their life, not only in terms of money, but also in terms of satisfaction they get.
Yes.
If
True.
I'm right, correct me.
True.
Okay. And at the same time, you also rightly said that investing on self is very important and knowing about self is very important before you know the purpose, know what exactly you're good at. As you rightly said that you have been investing on yourself and learning the things and making the things, and that helped you to become the successful and sharing the people. And challenges are very much now. As you're the now present students are not coming to the institution for learning, as you rightly said that, because it's available on uh,
So
platform.
many platforms. Yes.
And the most important thing that people always think that no, the point as you shared that I don't have the content. Now content is not the king, delivery is the king. Right?
Yes.
How you deliver your topic is very important.
True.
I'm sure that no, if anybody watches any channel, whether it is education or else whether it is related to entertainment or whatever might be, they are always have their own slang. They always have their own style. The delivery is making them to be happy in their life. And thank you very much, Vivek sir, for making your time and drawing insight to see that how you can be successful in your life. You want to be successful, be a master, be an expertise, invest on yourself and make yourself grow and let others grow. Thank you very much for making your time. Thank you, Malaysian sir, PL Patil sir, and Shivam Mavia. Thank you everyone for making your time. I'm sure those who are watching on YouTube, I'm glad that there are many comments and compliments you got, sir. Uh, it was a wonderful session. See, Malay sir, a nice session, and we are enli- enlightened where we are negating and everything else. And Lakshmi Prasanna ma'am says that it was a wonderful session. I wish all the people who are watching on YouTube and also who are present here to be successful in their life. Whatever we learn, let us apply them in our day-to-day life and make our life better. Thank you very much.
Thanks once again to everyone for the wonderful comments, and thank you, sir, for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.